Dating is a job. We need to treat dating like a job because as high achieving individuals, we're hyper focused on the business world. So why not take that mindset and that frame and put it into the dating? Now, emotion absolutely needs to go into dating. But how many times have you closed a deal that you were emotional about in the business world? Everybody says business isn't personal. Fuck, it isn't. I'm going to tell you right now, with the way things are changing in advertising, everything is AI generated and consumers are not going to know what's real and what's not real. So what do we need to go back to? We need to go back to that humanistic touch, that the reality. That's the same thing in dating. We're going to do that. We want to create that human bond. We want to create that connectiveness. We want to create that, whatever it is that you guys have with that other individual so that you can say, hey, this is working. But yeah, break down the sales stages, look at yourself. So many times people go, I have so many clients come in and they say, hey, I've had 10 first dates, but I can't get a second date. Well, let's evaluate what happened on the first date. Let's look at those KPIs. Let's keep performance measurements and see what's going on. Oh, I'm only attracting these type of women. All right, well, let's look at what your online profile looks like. Let's look at what your branding looks like. These are the things that separate you from being a high achieving individual and just looking like the schmuck that lives next door. And if you're attracting women that the schmuck next door would date, then that's why, because your profile is what it is. It's no different than if you run a high-end business and you're only attracting shitty clients and you can't figure out why, but you look at your advertising and you're advertising at $29,995 special, but your normal rate is $400, then of course you're going to get bullshit clients. It's the same thing in the dating world. Know your worth. Do not discount your worth for anything less because it's going to bite you in the ass. It does every time in business. It's going to do it in dating. If you think that you are an individual that's high achieving here and you're going to date somebody down here, unfortunately, you are not Cinderella, or she is not Cinderella, and you are not Richard Gere and Pretty Woman. Does it work? Yes. But the reality is there's so many conflicts of interest that are going to come across. It's going to be tough. So many people don't know how to go to the country club and act, or they do take them to the country club and they embarrass you. So again, I'm not saying don't date below, but again, set your negotiation points, set your expectations, set what you deserve, not what you want. So don't settle for less. Don't try to eat at the all-you-can-eat buffet when you're normally eating at the Capitol Grill. You're going to be sorely disappointed. So why set yourself up for failure and why set yourself up for disappointment now? Dating is a job. Look at dating like your career and you will be successful. Break it down just the way you did when you made your first million. Break it down when you got that first job. Look at what you did. Look at those successes. Build upon them. Do the same thing in dating. Look at what got you the first date. Look what you got to the third date. Look what you got in that 9-month relationship. If they worked out, fantastic. If they didn't, look back and figure out what you can do to make yourself better for the next person going forward, because you're eventually going to find your forever person. There is somebody out there for everybody. I 100% believe that. I 100% agree, but we just have to be dialed in with each other and be ready to accept it and be mentally stable to accept it. So if you like this video, hit the button below. I need the likes. Love the likes. It helps the algorithm. If you want to hear more content like this video that has to do with dating, counseling, life coaching, and corporate wellness, subscribe to this channel. I'm going to create so much more content that you won't know if we're coming or going, but it doesn't matter because you're going to be learning from everything that we put out there. And finally, please leave a comment if this is something that you want to learn more about or would love to hear about, or if there's something else we can do better. Would love the feedback. I will respond to each individual post. And finally, if this resonates with somebody that you think needs to hear it, or you have a friend that could definitely benefit from this, please hit that little arrow to send it that way so you can share it with them. Again, I'm Chris Kourtakis. I am a licensed therapist. I am a life coach, and I am a wellness coordinator that works with Fortune 500 companies on how to better a lot of things in their company. And it comes down to mental health and it comes down to business facts. So I work with high achieving individuals like yourself. I work with and I work with power couples that are looking to achieve new and better things. If that's you and need a little help standpoint, let's talk about it.